Hi, I'm John Gorham. We're at Toro Bravo. I'm the chef owner here, and today we're going to make a dish called Piperade. It's a dish made from a mother sauce of the Basque region, and it's a basic pepper stew. The stew is a really great dish to make, to learn to make, because you can use it for many different applications in Basque and Spanish cooking. It can be served with roasted chicken or poached fish, grilled shrimp, scallops. But the dish we're going to make is we're going to actually bake duck eggs in it, and then the dish actually becomes a piperade. So we're going to start off by making the stew. So we're going to start off with a lot of Basque food in this region with good olive oil. We use an olive called arbequina, which is a Spanish oil, and this is grown in California for us. And we're going to use about a cup of this olive oil in this dish. So this is more than just a saute for it. It's actually part of the flavoring of the dish. We're going to start off by cooking our onions. And this dish, being that it's kind of a delicate sauce, we're not looking to get color on our vegetables. We're just looking to get them clear and cooked, and kind of have all the flavors come together. If you get them too brown, they might get sharp and become the standout flavor of the dish. Being that it's a stew, and you're using tomatoes, which have a lot of acid, this is a dish that you can make, it can last about a week in your refrigerator. So there's like many applications you can do with this dish. It can, be the baked piperade, which is a great breakfast, luncheon, or appetizer for dinner, and it also is a good sauce for any kind of meat. So you can make a batch like this at home, and it's going to be more than enough for the piperade. Then you have some things to make other meals with. So our onions are starting to get wilted and starting to get clear. And what we're going to do is add our bay leaves, our paprika, salt, and sugar. And we're adding this now to kind of bloom out the flavor of the paprika. We're also going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of this espelette. I don't know if y'all can pick that up, but that's just really pretty chili. All right, so our onions are starting to get clear, and we've bloomed out our spices, and that's going to kind of be the layering for the whole dish. We've actually, the olive oil is starting to take on the flavor of those chilies, and we're going to go ahead and add our wet ingredients now. So we're going to add in the tomato, and the peppers. We're going to give this a good stir. And while we're stirring it, we don't really want to try to break our peppers up too much. And if you roasted them well, they're going to be still hearty. But we do want to break up the tomato a little bit. And I don't like to break them up before I put them in the pot, because when the tomatoes are all the way broken up, that's my telltale sign that my dish is ready to be done. So now we're just going to turn this down to a light simmer, and we're going to let this cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so now our piperade's ready to go, and we've ladled out about a third of what we made there. Like I said, this makes for a serving for probably about 10 to 12 people. Each one of these pans and one duck egg, I would say, serves about 3. So this is, we're going to serve about 6 to 7 out of this. One thing about the duck eggs, they're really rich in protein and a little heavier in fat, and also the inside seal of the egg is a little tougher. So when you go to crack a duck egg, you want to be really firm with it, and I like to crack it into a bowl, because I want to make sure that if there's any shell, I'm going to grab it. The shells can be pretty brittle in these, and I want to make sure that I don't break my yolk, so I don't waste. In the restaurant we won't serve it with a broken yolk. At home you don't have to be so picky, and then I'll pour it in. So we're just going to repeat this But as I put my duck egg in, I like to make almost a little hole in my Piperade so my egg gets down onto the pan. And then I'll show you a little trick with the egg whites. And if you meet anybody from the Basque country, they'll all tell you a different way that a Piperade should be served. And it's kind of one of those dishes that it's how your mom made it for you. I knew a Frenchman from the Piperade region. He believed that they should be scrambled in. I've known some people who thought they should be poached in. Some people think they should be served on the side. But this is the way I first had them, and it's kind of always stuck with me. So once my eggs are in, I like to go and just spread my egg whites throughout the dish. And so when I bake it, they're going to become part of this whole dish. And then we're going to put a little bit of heat on it since we've cooled it down from the cool eggs. And you can see right away the protein, I've got it all mixed in well. The protein's just starting to go right, turn white. And once we get up to a simmer like this, we don't want to go too high. We're going to go ahead and put this in the oven. I have my oven at 450 degrees. It's going to bake for about 8 to 10 minutes. And during that time, we'll grill up some bread. And if you don't have a grill at home, you're going to serve it as some really good, fresh, crusty bread, or even some nice toasted, but still kind of soft on the inside bread would work well with this. For a dinner appetizer, I almost serve this as like a dip. It's something that you serve a lot of bread with, and everyone just kind of spoons it in and dips it onto their bread and eats it that way. So it's been about 8 minutes. Our Piperade should be ready. We're gonna take a look. So what we're looking for here is a little bit of the clear on the white here by our yolk, and then our yolks are set. You can squeeze it and see our yolks are still running, but everything else is set. You can see when I spoon my whites in, how it's taken over the whole dish, and that's ready to be served and eaten right away. So we're gonna set this here. I like to go and put a little bit of salt and pepper on top of my yolks before I serve it. And we're gonna cut this bread. I like to just put this right on the dish so that the guests know to go ahead and dip and get in there. And I'll serve this with kind of a small serving spoon, so you actually everyone gets a little bit on the bread, and it's ready to serve.